and how are you doing today? I was getting some archery practice in, but, well, Mother Nature kind of said no, so you're going to have to spend the rest of the day inside. Which is kind of bad because I was having a lot of fun getting a lot of practice in on my bow. So, now what to do? What to do? Well, I guess I could take a couple minutes of your time and explain to everybody the difference of bows as to what they relate to, as it were. For instance, my homemade bow and my Recurve and my Recurve bow are some of my favorites. I really like the Recurve. Very, very low maintenance, easy to repair. Also, never, ever, ever, ever keep them stringed up. If you're not going to use it, take the string off. Trust me. It'll cause extra tension and either break the bow or break the string. Either way, it's not good for the bow or for you. Because once that string snaps and when you're trying to pull back an arrow, well, you're going to have a pretty interesting scar. Now, like I said, these are my Recurves. Very sturdy, very old school, dating all the way back to the Iron, Bronze, and some argue even the Stone Age, but that's still for debate. Now, debate aside, this is something a little relatively more new, and this is my brother's Recurve bow, or compound bow. Very, very nuanced, very, very new age. I do love this thing, though. I got it for him off the internet for only $40. Now, pro-con time. As to the difference between a Recurve and a longbow. Well, the Recurve bow needs a little bit more length. As you can see, it's more beastly in comparison to the compound bow. The compound bow, on the other hand, actually is relatively low maintenance, all things considering. As long as you keep that string or cable well maintained, it's going to last you for a pretty long time. Now, as far as power goes, there's really no comparison. I mean, each one has their pros, each one has their cons, and each one has their strengths and weaknesses. I just prefer the Recurve, but then again, I'm old school. Now, the compound bow here is a little bit more accurate, simply because it's got this right here to help you aim. You slide this up for long range targets, you slide all the way down for short range targets, and you kind of fill in the gaps. Nice little arrow rest. As you can see, it has many scratches from us shooting it. Also, always remember to paint your arrows gold, just because gold arrows do 20% more damage, and that's canon. Ask Legend of Zelda. Anywho, all this is very sturdy plastic, fiberglass, plastic, steel. Whereas my Recurve is hardwood, fiberglass, and regular twine string. As I said when I first got this, I did have to do some assembly. All in all, though, I got about 2 hours into practice with this thing today, and my skills are still gradually increasing. Hey, baby. Bye, baby. As far as which one do I prefer for beginners, probably this the standard Recurve. A little bit cheaper than the compound bows, depending on where you get them. You can find these suckers for any range of price. I mean, I only spent $30 for this one, which is a 50-pound test,
and I spent 40 for that one, which is either 30 or 20. I really can't tell. It's just very, very, very weak. But, like I said, it's pretty accurate. And then I have my homemade PVC bow, which all of you may know I'm still trying to work on. I'm very poor. Don't judge me. Anywho, generally the further you are from your target, the less distance the arrow is going to go past the target when you miss. As I said, for this one, it has the assistance of helping you aim. This one, you got an old school aim. Like if the target is 20, 30 feet away, you got to aim up about 2-3 inches just to hit the target. Now, everything considering, I would recommend anyone who wants to get into archery, just find the bow that feels right for them. That's very important. Find something that just feels right, comes back to your cheek, and generally is pretty easy for you to pull back. Now, like I said, that one's 20, this one's 50. My redneck bow hiding in the corner over there, that sucker's over 80 psi. If it's not 80, it's in and around that general area, because that thing is a monster. And all it is PVC pipe, 4 fiberglass rods, a steel handle, and liquid cement to help hold it all together. That thing is an absolute beast and a half. Not only will it go about 8 inches into my target, as you've seen in the video, but it will literally cut into your fingers. Which is generally why you see me wearing gloves every time I'm outside shooting one of these things. So, all this being said, I guess I'm just bored out of my mind. I hope you found at least something educational. And I hope you have a lovely day. BS. Old school, new school. Old school, new school. Brass, Iron Age, Bronze Age, all the way down to Stone Age, if certain paintings are to be believed. Relatively new, everything considering, all the way up till the 17th, 16th or 17th century. Even then, these were still in use, so it's kind of hard to see the black on black in here, but mainly all these things come in that tactical black because people like it. Anyhow, remember everyone, always paint your arrows solid gold so their arrows are light. That way they do more damage. Any closing words there, Cat? Well said.